Hey, good morning, Roll Gang.
And welcome on into this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
Let's go. We got another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake live with your co-hosts every weekday morning, Processor Sky and the beautiful, wonderful Miss Rachel. How you doing this morning?
Doing good. My sleep schedule last night was like all out of whack.
Yeah, you slept in like 4 or 5 different spots. It was fucking crazy.
I did fall asleep in the other room with the TV on, and then I woke up when you came back home from work.
Yeah.
Literally couldn't get up. He was just like, alright, you stay here and sleep. And I woke up at 3 again, and then came over. So,
yeah,
a little bit hectic, but...
More like 4:20 a.m., but... Anyways, we are about to hop on into some of the latest and greatest in cannabis news stories while we blaze up some of the plant that we break news upon. I am super excited to dive on into this with my wonderful co-host Rachel and smoke up the first of the day because it's only stoner law. If we are blessed to have a woke, then we are blessed to have a smoke. And every weekday morning, you know exactly where to find us. The Rolling Spoon channels on all the streaming platforms. Absolutely love seshing with you guys. And would also love to know what you're smoking on this morning because we know you're waking bacon as well. So in the comments section, wherever you're consuming this content, let us know what you're smoking on. Share with all the Roll Gangsters. We are smoking on some peyote cookies and a nicely spoon-rolled joint. What is the spoon I'm referencing, Rachel?
That is the Rolling Spoon, this handy-dandy cannabis multi-tool. It helps you seal the deal by rolling a dime every single time.
Every single time.
One of the sponsors of our show, and then the other one is Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college and a great place to go get all of your cannabis knowledge if you're looking to get into the budding industry. Sorry, our little tripod is...
Technical difficulties
It still looks good. We're good. But anyways, back to Oaksterdam University, the very first cannabis college, a great place to get your cannabis knowledge. And if you're interested in attending either in person or online, you can use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off of your tuition.
Oh yeah. We went to Oaksterdam University together, Rachel. Maybe not together, but we both did. And it's just one of those hills that we had to climb. I think it's the predominant proving grounds for the cannabis industry. If you want to be really claim your stake and be a part of this industry moving forward and really just drive it home how committed you are to the industry, going to the first ever cannabis college, the best ever cannabis college, is a really great way to claim your stake in this industry. And it really is budding. We're about to share some news about this industry that's super promising looking into the future of the business. And I just think it's a really good idea to invest your time, energy, and knowledge, most importantly your knowledge, in the industry as well by going to Oaksterdam University and taking the bud tending course. Learn how to sell some.
I can say from my personal experience with starting to bud tend and everything, it definitely did help. I feel like it just helps me feel more, like you said, the perfect word. It just helped me feel more knowledgeable about the products and what I'm selling.
Yep.
So.
And knowledge is power. Mm-hmm. Power is confidence. And confidence is key.
Yeah, the confidence definitely is key.
Yep. So, really fucking enthused to be sponsored by Oaksterdam University and the little handy dandy spoon that helped me dime up this joint right here. I particularly wanted to shout out this morning that I don't like to insert a filter until I'm done rolling. It's I'm gonna make a reel about this at some point. But rolling with a crutch limits the width of your joint. So, if you have a wide crutch and not enough weed, even if it's not enough by 1/10 of a gram, you're going to have a weird burn because the weed wasn't the right amount to fit the width of the joint. And if you already have your crutch applied, then it will very much limit how wide you can make your joint. So I like to roll up a nice expanding filter after I've rolled it to size, to size of the herb that I put in it. And then just push it in. We're likely to have a much better burn this way. Absolute dimer of a joint to smoke this morning. The lovely Rachel and I sharing some cannabis industry news. So, what is the first in the latest and greatest?
All right, so our first story for Canada News Thursday is that a strong majority of licensed truck drivers support cannabis legislation, saying that current testing policies are steering drivers away from the trade.
No pun intended.
I know, I was going to say that's pretty good.
Yeah, but honestly, it kind of makes sense, right? Like, truck drivers want to be able to consume cannabis in their truck where they live after a long day of driving. You know what I mean? Except for the next morning, it still reeks in the truck. And if they were to ever get pulled over, they're getting arrested. Yeah. You know what I mean? For doing their job. Like, imagine getting arrested on the clock. Like, that is not worth whatever job you're doing. So
I think that I can absolutely see where they're coming from, but I can also see where the law is coming from too, because their job is to drive a huge...
Yeah. Another one of my hot takes, like, maybe it's just requiring a different licensure, but we need to not, shame people who drive and consume cannabis anymore. And I know that's a hot take, but like, cannabis is not alcohol, folks. It's not a drug even. It's not intoxicating. It's focus enhancing. And when applied properly, it can be extremely helpful in driving itself. And I'm not saying like these truckers should be consuming cannabis while they drive. I think it should be person to person. People should get punished for getting in an accident or doing something that's against the law, not trying to prevent something from happening, And, truck drivers of any people can determine how well they are able to drive. They have, they're getting paid this much. Their truck is worth this much. Yeah. And if they get in a crash, it's not worth it. Mm-hmm. So I just, truckers know what their job is and they know how to do it right. I trust them to be able to, but are their laws just like everybody else's? Like, you're not supposed to smoke and drive or anything, or smoke at all?
Oh, okay.
At all, if you're a trucker. So
I definitely think it could be beneficial for them. I mean, after driving for 12 hours somewhere, you're pulled on the side of the road. You need to relax a little bit, go ahead.
It's beneficial for everyone, It really is. And it should be, it's my Adderall. I say, Rachel, you went to school with me. I'm one of the worst ADHD customers ever. Customers. Or ADHD.
I was going to say,
what am I? An ADHD haver? I'm one of the worst havers of ADHD.
You're a customer of ADHD. You're funny.
Yeah, this really helps me. Can definitely help truck drivers and anyone else who needs to properly apply cannabis to a specific issue. But yeah, truck drivers, there's a shortage of them, and I think a big reason why is because of the cannabis laws.
And just in general, I mean, their hours are normally not good. They're away from their family for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time sleeping in the cabin part of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can get it.
Yep. So let's stop trying to make their life suck, government. Yeah. Let's give them their rights. What's the next piece of cannabis news, Rachel?
All right, so the next piece of cannabis news is coming from Rhode Island. So, Rhode Island Canna team formed after Senate panel approves the commission's nominees.
Let's go. So, Rhode Island has created a commission to start legalizing cannabis. You know, a little group of people that'll be paid to study economies and, carve out the Rhode Island market.
I can absolutely see that happening for Rhode Island because it's so small, you know? I feel like
it'll be a nice little market.
I feel like it could be fast paced for them.
Yeah. For
it's
sure.
not like a big state like Texas or anything like that, It's this little tiny one.
Little controllable state. Gotta love it.
People want their stuff. They want it. So, yeah.
So a little committee was approved to help legalize cannabis in Rhode Island. Joining the chat, as we like to say here on the show. Rhode Island about to start getting the legislation ball rolling. Super excited about that. We have one last international cannabis news story. But before we get on into it, major shout out to the little Rolling Spoon cannabis multi-tool that helped me to dime up this joint. We're not going to get halfway through it during this show, but gotta love it. Gotta love a nice little smoke every weekday morning. Brought to you by Oaksterdam University and the Rolling Spoon that helps us roll our friendly little joints. So what is our last piece of cannabis industry news here on this episode?
All right, so the last piece of cannabis news is one vote remains to legalize cannabis in Colombia after a bill passed second to last vote in Senate.
Let's go. So the second to last vote, check mark. Senate passed it with flying colors. Now down to one final vote in the brand new, hopefully legalizing state of Colombia. Nice Latin state. And we are going to get some spicy new cultivars, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, that would be great for them.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Hopefully.
A new place to travel, I hope. But some really banging cannabis news on this Canna News Thursday. Got Cali 420 love, Cherry Pie Socials in the building. Absolutely love to see y'all. Sir Goofy, love the shirt, my friend. Yes, indeed. Eat, sleep, smoke, repeat.
Perfect.
Shout out Sir Goofy _ Good morning from Rob Hine. We got a bunch of people tuning in. Absolutely love to see y'all every weekday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. I am Processor Sky, joined by the beautiful Rachel. This has been an awesome Canna News Thursday. Want to close us off?
Yep, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake Canna News Edition. We will be back tomorrow for pop culture news.
Let's go. Pop culture news. May or may not have a really special guest with us. A little 3-wide episode, I hope. But, or, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe just the women's episode. Or, that would be super cool. But anyways, we're going to figure it out. We're going to go and, a lot of this is just off the top for sure. But, yeah. So, for the squad at the Wake and Bake, Binksy, Vinny, Rachel, Processor.
We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Have a great day.
Love y'all. See ya.